Guys, it's Jacob from Stringbuzz here, stringbuzzworld.org being the music journalism site, links are in the description down below. And we have a brand new song review for you today, and it's the latest track by Parcels, and that's Overnight. So I'm going to refer to the original article as I usually do for these videos, so I hope you enjoy. Now, going into this track, all I really knew about it was that Daft Punk are producing it, and that always has me immensely excited. I don't really know all too much about the group at all, but the track seems to be gaining speed right now, and it seems to be getting talked about a lot, so should we see what I thought of it? Well, I thought it was pretty good, and you can definitely tell that Daft Punk really left their sort of signature tropes in here, since it does sound like a lot like a track that should be featured on the Random Access Memories album, you know, their most recent album. And I am a sucker for a funky bass line, and it doesn't get too much funkier than the one we heard here, and for me, it is definitely the defining aspect, and I think it will be for a lot of people. That isn't to say that the other elements don't work though, because I thought they were also pretty darn good. I thought the vocals are pretty stylistic and well performed. The funky guitar is very sort of 70s-esque, which I personally really like. I love that sort of type, or that type of guitar playing. The transitional work is very tight and very professional, and I like the incorporation of this Rhodes style keyboard, since it just made it for another selling point for this track basically. Comes to the production of this track, of course it's a great production job. There is something about Daft Punk's bass production that just has my mouth watering. It's funky, it's wholesome, it has depth, and it fills the low ground with character and personality. The guitar tones were also great here as well though. They have this sort of vintage, clean, trebly disco tone, which really drove the song from the mid-ground as well. The vocals are a little bit reverb heavy in my opinion, especially for this mix in particular, but I did think they did the job just fine. I also think the percussion could have had a little more impact to it, since the cymbals were very clanky, not really glistening in that high ground like you'd really want them to. So all in all, sort of barring my minor complaints, I still think it is a great production cycle. Musicality wise, I thought the track followed the age-old disco formula really well. Sure, it didn't try anything new, and I did think the track sort of puttered away just after that 2-minute mark, never really going anywhere, but it certainly had me bobbing my head and tapping my foot, which is always a good thing. I thought the bass lines were catchy and memorable. I thought the vocal performance was solid throughout. I thought the guitar did its job really well, and it's just easy to re-listen to over and over, which is a massive plus to me. I thought the melodies did need some work though, since the vocalist didn't have too much catchy material to work with, which I think is a shame because the vocal performance was good flat out, it just needed a catchier hook. I also thought the percussion needed a little bit of work, since it was very stagnant and plain throughout the whole track. There was nothing new or decorative there at all. Also, it needed a bit of decoration or variation in the other instrumentation as well, since it did seem a little bit too stuck on one theme. Lyrically, the track is just functional really. It's not like we had any deep or meaningful disco lyrics in the past, so I wasn't really expecting all too much this time around either. But yeah, they were just fine as my only comment for the lyrics. So all in all, it's a decent modern era sort of disco song, and I think fans will really enjoy this. So I gave it a G rating of 6.5 out of 10, which is still above average. So if you like this video, then please leave a like, comment what you think in the comment section down below, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you around next time. Bye-bye.